It is Wednesday. Welcome back to Technically Speaking, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, sometime in the future in Australia, sometime in the past in Back to the Future. That was way funnier in my head than I actually thought it would be. Tonight's going to be an interesting show. We're going to talk about Beeper, which is very timely because it is once again down. Does that mean Apple is doing their shenanery again? We're going to talk about what an AI assistant could potentially do for you. The worst list of Christmas movies I have ever seen in my life. My God, the Rotten Tomatoes editorial that I saw put its list of like top 50 or 100 Christmas shows. Like the first 50 of them, I don't even know what they are. Awful. Going to also talk about a little bit about food. Of course, there's going to be a little bit of tech. And there's going to be a little bit of a stats guy. So I'm going to go ahead and pull stats in. Mr. Stats, how are you today?
Hi, everybody.
Ooh, hi, everybody. We are once again sans BoomBox. BoomBox is still fighting off an aggressive ingrown toenail. Extremely aggressive. I mean, it's just carnage.
Mm-hmm.
He sent us a picture. It is absolutely carnage. I mean, I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy. We're hoping to have him back. So he's on the 14-day disabled list. We're hoping to have him back next week for what could be the finality of the year. Not 100% sure because we hear is one more week right after that, after Christmas. Could do a New Year's celebration. Not 100% sure. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't.
Okay.
It's all gravy, baby. It's all gravy. Stats, how's the week been?
The week has been mentally taxing.
Facts.
Especially yesterday and today. Just
my God,
a lot of stuff going on at work. A lot of brain box overheating and needing excessive amounts of caffeine to keep up. But we are drawing closer to the vaunted holiday season, the celebration of lights and children and all that shenanery. So
a jolly old fat man putting presents under the tree.
Yeah, I think,
and also Santa.
I think I'm actually done with my Christmas shopping.
I don't believe. What did you buy me? Did you buy me something good?
Well, now I'm not done. I bought your kids stuff, but
well, they count. You
yeah.
just roll my money into that. That's fine. Invest in the future. We'll leave the children of the future, and in the world they let it lead the way. Show them all the beauty. I love that you didn't move. That face, you didn't even blink.
I've known you for long enough.
You didn't even blink.
And
nada.
I also know Google isn't going to be able to pick up those words and give us a copyright
yes, they will.
Strike.
It'll be, well, I mean,
Not
we
a
definitely know that it was completely on tune. All right, let's go ahead and talk about it. Giant thing in the room. Beeper.
Wow.
And also me. The giant thing in the room. Beeper. Yet again, Beeper is down. Now, you and I are staunch supporters and users of Beeper. If
Fact.
you do not know and have been living under any type of rock, of the consumer technology rock, you will find out that Beeper, Beeper Mini, and Beeper Cloud exist. It is effectively a way. So there's Beeper Cloud that gives you a unified messaging service. But the big pull to Beeper Cloud and Beeper, what it was known as originally, was giving you the ability to do iMessages on your Android device. Okay, so then Beeper Mini came out, specific to Android, for $199 a month, and that gave you specifically the ability to use a very slick UI to send iMessages from your Android device to your iPhone friends and family. Initially, when it launched, it was a whole $199 free 7-day period trial, lasted a total of 3 days before Apple came in and was like, and shut it down. They obviously came out and said this is not good. It is a hack. It is an exploit. It is a security issue, and we can't have that in our Apple ecosystem. So they shut it down. Well,
just great marketing speak.
They came back, and Beeper came back with a vengeance. They within 24-hour period, they brought Beeper Cloud back online, meaning that the people who use Beeper Cloud, myself and Stats, were able to iMessage our friends and family. When I'll be honest, I didn't think we were going to be able to. I really thought it was donezo. Shortly thereafter, a few days went past, and they brought Beeper Mini back online, and I've effectively been using that app ever since. Now, there seems to be some issues happening right now. Full disclosure, I am not having them. Stats is not having them either. We've messaged multiple people, including ourselves, so it seems to be sporadic. But now, let's talk about what happened was, right?
Well, hang on. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, I really hope that 16-year-old who helped Eric and the team get this off the ground is absolutely getting paid to help them keep this running.
Absolutely has to be.
Give that man the bag and let him work.
Look, I don't care how old you are. Kid, just work. Like, you got this. You got it in the bag. You've effectively been able to reverse engineer these things and then continue to keep it going. Now, the Beeper team is just phenomenal. Now, yeah, you could say, oh, you're such a fanboy of Beeper and it's an exploit, blah, 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 blah. Look, here's the deal. I don't care about the color of the bubble. Let me be very clear about
that. Because we're Android.
Right. I don't care about the color of the bubble. I do not care about the color of the bubble. I don't need to even, you could be purple bubble. I don't care. Here's what I care about. Here is exactly what I care about. I care about the ability to send a high quality image
or video
to other people. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's all I care about. Now, I hear some of you out there saying, you could send them a link in Google Photos. Yes, you could. Or you could run into anybody in the litany of my family can't figure out how to do that.
Right.
At all. It's a desire to not do that. We can. You all right over there? You okay over there?
My stomach.
Oh, that freaked me out a little bit. I thought maybe you were shitting your pants. I wasn't 100% sure. Okay.
No, we're not Common Man and T-Bone this week.
Oh my. That's what I care about. I care about the quality of the image. So first and foremost, the quality of the image in the video. Second would be related to the security. SMS is not secure. That's it. Period. Full stop. SMS is not secure. Not end-to-end encryption. None of that jazz. Now it has the ability to do that. End-to-end encryption. That's it. That's what I care about. A lot of people showed their ass in the past 7 days, myself included, to be fair. I'm going to make sure that people realize that I also made some pretty staunch and stupid comments about kind of the status of Beeper and Apple and Android. As you all know, big user of Apple products in this house. I am the only one at all that has an Android device. My kids are all iPhone. My wife is iPhone. Hell, I'm on a MacBook Pro. She's on a MacBook Pro. The kids all have iPads. It just is what it is. That is exactly, it is what it is. So I don't claim to be a fanboy one way or another. But what I will say is both sides of the aisle, Android and Apple, really showed a whole lot of things. They dug their heels in on both sides, and neither side were willing to meet in the middle. There's a couple people who on Threads and Twitter, Threads specifically, made a comment that said, look, I'm an iPhone user. I'm not going to download a third-party app. I just won't talk to you. By the way, that person might be an asshole, but that's what a wide majority of people on iPhone, and there's a lot of people on Android too that won't download a third-party app. Well, I guarantee you that.
And I guess I could see it. I could see that comment if it was coming from an Android user, because that's the only way for an Android user to interact with iMessage. What I don't understand is the Apple users, because they don't need to download Beeper. They're already in iMessage. They just have to talk to other people like they normally would. So the only outrage I am willing to even consider listening to is directly from Apple themselves, because yes, I agree with a couple of people in the chat that, Apple sees a risk here, whether or not that risk is well-founded or not. They see a risk, and
they're not going to publish the security risk.
No.
For a variety of reasons. I'm not saying that they should.
Well, I didn't say it was technically a security risk.
They did say that.
Well, they did.
They did. What I'm saying is
they see a risk to their business model.
And that's the thing. I tweeted that same thing, and I said, "Hey, are we 100% sure that it's a security risk?" Because people are throwing the word exploit around, right? Apple said the word exploit. Exploit, by definition, is what hackers do. Hackerman. That's effectively the definition when you look at it. When you reverse engineer something, you're looking for an exploit that tends to be, in the lingo, a security risk. That just happens to be.
Well, but I would, at that point...
Hold on a minute. Sorry, I'm going to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Michael Pepper Tech, don't use it then. I'll be honest, you're part of the problem. Like, not you specifically, but you and the voices that are out there. If you have such a problem with Beeper, don't use them. Don't. If you interacted with Eric and you said something sideways, the dude is going to stick up for his product. By the way, he's the former CEO of Pebble, so he's not like he's a big, giant idiot. He's probably very frustrated by this whole situation. But if you are weary about what you've done, then don't use the product. End of story.
Yeah.
That's it. This is the thing, and I'm going to go on a soapbox. Sorry, here it goes. This is the rant on both sides. Both sides of the fence. Somebody says, I'm not going to do it on Apple. Good, don't do it. I don't want to talk to you. On Android, I want this, but shut up. I don't want to do it either. Both sides are ridiculous. Everybody get off of your high horse. Everyone get off of their high horse. Is what Beeper doing completely in the clear? I have no idea. I'm not smart enough to figure that out. But I'm choosing to invest and use the product. If you don't like it, I don't care. Because I don't care what you think. And if you're over here on Apple and you don't want to talk to me because I'm a blue or a green bubble or whatever, I also don't care. Shut up and go away. This is the problem. Everybody's picking a side and it's completely ridiculous. If you don't like what they say, then don't use the product. Don't use the product and keep bitching and moaning about something. Just go away. That's it. Just go away.
Well, and yeah, I think it's unfortunate that as a tech community and society, we default to opposite ends of the spectrum as opposed to trying to find a solution that works for everybody. And I will echo your statement of I am nowhere near smart enough to determine whether or not what Beeper is doing is legal, if it is.
I have no idea.
If it's ethical, if it's a security risk, or if it's just a risk to Apple's bottom line. But what I find intriguing is that somebody is willing to make the attempt, which
make the attempt
in the ecosystem world sandbox that we live in. It's very rare to see somebody attempt to bridge that from a standpoint. This is the wrong phrase, but from a standpoint of weakness. It's not like Beeper was aligned or backed by a big Android or non-Apple entity that we know of, obviously. And obviously Apple is not going to make it easy for them to succeed. But the simple fact that someone took the time, energy, talent, money, resources to try to make this work, I think at least makes it worthy of discussion. And that's where we get into the problem that you're
And so this
discussing.
Michael Secret just brought up a good point. I feel like Beeper could face a major lawsuit if they don't back off. Yes and no. I agree with you. But again, let's not pretend this is not some group of some schlubs that have no idea what to do. The CEO, again, created Pebble. So this guy's not a huge idiot. Like, not everybody's perfect. Everybody has a slight bit of idiot in all the things that they do. That's not what I'm saying. And I'm by no means going to say that Eric, the CEO of Beeper, is perfect on this. What I will say is he's probably not a dummy. Right. He's probably well-connected in a lot of things that he does. So we can't just write that off like he's some weird dude that has no idea how to do business or how to conduct anything. He's very successful in the things that he does. And if you look at some of the things that he has done, he's highly connected. my guess is he's probably talked to a lot of people. Otherwise, why in the hell would you risk this?
Right.
That's the question. At the end of the day, if you have a little bit of EQ, you go, homeboy must be real confident that they can pull something off, because Michael, I said the same thing. Like, this is a giant lawsuit where you're going at $1 trillion company. You better come correct.
Well, and to Pixelated.
Sorry, Michael Peppertech. I don't believe that until you dig deeper, until you tell me exactly what it is. Like, unless you are specifically a security engineer, I'm not buying it. No offense. Not buying it. I'm just not.
Yeah, and to Pixelated's comment there, now again, taking this with a giant grain of salt, Eric or one of his executives wrote what they did to basically re-engineer iMessage. Is they didn't copy anything. They figured out how to make it work. Basically, they reverse engineered it, and then they wrote their own code. So even if Apple has a legal right to hang on to their iMessage code, if someone else can write their own code that duplicates it or simulates it,
somebody show me.
There's a legal ability for them to do that.
So here's what I would say is, like, we're going to do this and we're going to move on to the next topic is, here's what I have seen as a regular person that reads it. I've read the security stuff on Beeper's website. I've done that. I've read that. I've read a ton of things around it. Here's what I'm going to say on a couple different points. You can find data for any argument you're going to make. You can find data, you can find articles, you can find anything that's written to find out exactly what you want to try to prove. But here's what I'm going to say. Myself, am currently comfortable with how they are handling the security, and the ROI for me is currently greater than the risk that it could potentially be for my account. Mm-hmm. That's me. If you don't feel comfortable, don't use it. Cool. Totally fine. I absolutely understand it. I personally am completely okay with how they operate from the risk-based approach. That's me. If you're not, don't do it. That's the beauty of the American way. Just don't do it.
It's the beauty of modern consumer technology.
Exactly.
There's always another option.
Don't. Exactly. Just don't do it. Continue to use whatever that you use. But I'm going to tell you that there are other apps that aren't good either. I look at like WhatsApp end-to-end encryption owned by Facebook. I've got some concerns there.
Right.
I got some concerns. Right. Apple. Look, I have Apple products. I like Apple. Beeper's been very transparent about the privacy and security of what they do. Right. Apple talks about how they're very secure. Consumer privacy matters a lot. But I still have a lot of questions, and they're not perfect either.
Well, nobody is. Everybody,
and that's fine that nobody's perfect, but the idea is like, take a risk-based approach on what works for you. If you don't like it, don't use it.
Yeah, we all have to make decisions and choose which pieces of which ecosystem we want to interact with, and we make those decisions both on a whole-scale basis and on an individual app-by-app basis every single day. So, you know.
Here's what I would say is, Beeper, when you initially signed into it way back in the day, yes, you were on some random machine over in like Norway on a mini farm. On my Apple account right now, I have no device at all that I don't know about. None. Zero. There is no mini. There's no Mac mini. None of that. There used to be, and I was a little perturbed by that. But in October, they made an update. I don't have that. Michael Secret, nobody can force Apple to share iMessage. You are 100% right. You are 100% right. I just want the ability, again, for me, high quality video, high quality photos. That's it. That's all I want. I don't care about the color. I don't.
Right.
Hell, I'll tell you even this much. I don't even care if it's secure end-to-end encryption. Just give me the ability to send high quality images and photos. If you gave me just that, literally the world would shut up. And most people don't care and understand what end-to-end encryption is. Nobody has no idea what that is.
All right, so
nobody has a clue what that is. Hell, half the time you got old people going out there going, "What's my code again? Scream it to me. It's 1, 2, 3, 4."
At the risk of continuing this discussion and not getting to any of our other topics for the night, I'll leave this as an open-ended question, and we could come back to it next week. If Apple made an iMessage app,
I would absolutely buy it
for Android users.
Yeah.
You're already paying $199 for Beeper Mini. Would you pay $299 a month for an Apple-approved Android standard iMessage app to put on your 17 pixels? 17?
You're probably not wrong. It was quite a few. I don't know how much the money would be, honestly. $10, absolutely not.
Well,
$5, maybe.
I mean, that's only $60 a year.
I'm interested to know how it subsides when RCS is integrated. I have no idea how they're going to completely bastardize that, because let's be real, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Let's not get it twisted. iMessage is at the core, and rightfully so, of Apple. You can do a lot within iMessage. I am not discounting that. I still have an iPhone that I use to play games with my kids. I send money. There's a lot of things you can do with the app. I get it. And a lot of people would just shut their hole if Apple just did a few things. We're not even asking for all of that. Just give me the ability to do a couple things. I don't care about the color of the bubble. I just want to be able to send a really high quality picture of my a-hole. I knew you wouldn't expect that one.
Well,
got him.
It's even worse.
Got him.
It's even worse because right as you were saying that statement, I was imagining in my mind
my butthole.
No, I wasn't. The image I had in my mind is of one of my parents sending me a video of my niece, and that video showing up in a little 1x1 screen of worse than potato quality, a potato from the Soviet era quality, moon landing camera quality. And yes, Apple could make me still be a green bubble. They could make me a pink bubble. I don't care. Give me 100% of the video and photo quality that I can get Android to Android. Apple can do whatever they want.
All right, I went to the haunted hot dog photo, but we're gonna come to that in a minute. I'm gonna keep it with a little bit of
which one are we going to now?
I'm gonna go to the haunted hot dog one, then we'll come back to it. Haunted hot dog. All right, I posed this question
2 months late.
I posed this question to Stats earlier in a chat, and so in an iMessage, ironically enough, I needed to find out. I was actually at a Christmas event, and they were serving hot dogs. By the way, what you're seeing on screen right now is AI's version of the prompt was a stack of hot dogs on a white plate with a warm tone. That was the prompt.
Why is there an extra random hot dog in the top left third there?
So are you talking about so you have the one with a little bit of mustard, and then the one that looks like it has a tumor, and then one looks like a breadstick?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm guessing it thinks it's a hot dog, but really it's a breadstick. So
I mean, I won't say no.
I'm not going to say no to the breadstick. So let's be very clear here.
Fazoli's breadsticks.
What food do you like when you eat? Like, I had a hot dog and I was like, I'm pretty sure I could have about 6 of these and not feel it.
Yep.
So what is that food for you? That food is what?
Pizza.
You really believe pizza?
Oh yeah.
Like, you could. How much pizza could you eat in one sitting? You got 60 minutes. How much pizza are you putting down?
Several. All right. Well, we need a standard. So just a regular
Papa John's.
Regular Papa John's.
Regular Papa John's.
Pepperoni and cheese.
Pepperoni and cheese. Yep.
In 60 minutes.
In 60 minutes.
At least 2.
2 whole pizzas?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Large pizzas.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Baloney.
Yeah.
You tell me you can eat 2 large pizzas In 60 minutes?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Bro, that's 16 slices.
No biggie.
No.
Hey, I'm still fairly confident, even though we never got to do it while he was alive, I could do the double Chipotle burrito challenge that Greg wanted
Absolutely
to do.
not. I now know what we're going to do for the show between Christmas and New Year's.
Oh, I won't be here, but...
You son of a bee. You won't?
After Christmas. I'm in Memphis.
Dedication to the channel, baby.
I'll do it from Memphis.
Do you have a White Castle in Memphis?
Of course. Somewhere. I don't know. The last time you and I did White Castle, we were both not well off for several days.
Oh, we were fine. We, like, the mind was willing. The body?
Loose.
Oily. Greased. Chanel says she has a really big question about the tip of those hot dogs. Just the tip?
I mean, you know.
The tip of the hot dog's a little weird. Not going to deny it. Looks like somebody put them on the grill a little bit too long. Pause. So I still don't think you could do 2 large pizzas. I'm calling BS, bro.
In 60 minutes? I'd love
Dude, that
pizza.
is a slice. That is what? One whole slice.
16 into 60.
I don't do that math. What is that?
It's just under 4 minutes. It's about a slice every 3 minutes, 45 seconds.
No way. Absolutely no way.
Here's the thing. If it's one of my regular meal times, or if I'm allowed
Pixel Pia says she thinks she can do it too. There's no way. You guys are crazy. I couldn't eat a single large pizza in 60 minutes.
Well, but here's the thing.
And I outweigh him by a lot.
I'm creeping closer. I was at the doctor yesterday.
I didn't say I'm not going down either there, homie. I'm going the other way.
I was at the doctor yesterday. I was like, I don't need to get on that scale. I'm good.
Did you do that? Because I did that.
But here's the thing. If I know I'm doing this challenge, I'm going to skip one meal, and then that first pizza is going to be gone in like 15 minutes.
No way.
Then I've got 45 minutes to get the other one down.
No way. So,
and
maybe
Chanel
we'll
makes
do
a great point.
Okay, hold on.
Pizza sandwich, you get 2 slices at once.
No.
Yes.
No, okay. So you're still here next week then.
Correct.
So potentially what we could do,
LAB style.
we could do a food challenge live.
I mean, this is an hour-long show.
In studio.
Get some ASMR stuff going on.
Oh! How many White Castles could we put down?
Why does it have to be White Castle?
What do you want me to pick? You want me to pick a pizza?
Well, yeah.
You want me to eat it? It's going to be 10 o'clock at night. I'm going to have the worst sleep ever.
Heartburn.
Yes, because that's exactly what I need.
Just sleep standing up.
I'm going to sleep on the John. Good Lord. Okay, so how many hot dogs could you put down? Hot dogs in 10 minutes.
So
like the Coney Island thing.
So like Nathan's.
Yeah, like Nathan's. Nathan's dogs. How many Nathan dogs you putting down in 10 minutes?
10 minutes. Well, I can't do like they do on Coney Island. I can't dip them in water.
Oh, I refuse.
That would
flat out refuse.
I'd have a reversal of fortune after the first one. 10 minutes, probably. I'd say more than 6, but probably less than 10.
Oh, are you crazy? Seriously? Nathan's dogs.
It just 10 minutes with the bun.
With the bun. I'll bet you easily get 15.
I can get 15 or you can get 15?
I bet I know I could get 12.
Okay. Now, see, I could go for an all hot dog dinner. Pause.
Just straight hot dogs?
Well, a little mustard.
I guess I'll say mustard. You do the spicy mustard?
Of course.
No, that's stupid.
Yellow mustard,
yellow
spicy mustard.
You gotta do the yellow mustard.
Stadium mustard.
No, I can't do stadium mustard. So you really think, like, if I made 24 hot dogs, could we put 24 hot dogs down in 10 minutes?
I don't know about 10 minutes. We could easily put 24 hot dogs down over the course of a show.
Oh, yeah, that's too easy. No, this has got to be hard. Like, if we did this, all right, we got a plate. Here's 12, here's 12. ready, set, go. And we still have to do the show, by the way, while we're stuffing our gullets. So I would say maybe we don't do 10 minutes. Maybe we do 15 minutes because we have to entertain all of you watching.
Or we could do like a Survivor challenge, 12 hot dogs, at least one every 5 minutes for the duration of the show, because 5 times 12 is 60 minutes.
I kind of like that.
Could you force down all 12 over the course of an hour, or because it's strung out, would you get tired of them?
Look, here's the thing, folks. I will do everything under the sun not to vomit. I mean, I will do everything.
Unspeakable things.
I will do everything I can not to vomit. And my fear would be that I would push through and I would break that barrier live on YouTube. Demonetized. 10-minute segment, hot dog challenge. BoomBox will be the judge. Wow.
Well, but see
Michael Pepper talking about it. Like, I could do an 8-pack ballpark. Exactly. Like, the hot dogs are super easy to put down.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. You feel the need to talk and be entertaining. I'm just going to eat.
Well, somebody's got to pull this show.
Well, let BoomBox talk.
Gee, I mean, can you just imagine, like, just double cheeked up?
I really hope he's watching right now and just
he's not
cringing.
Watching. Just like, we're going to be like chipmunks,
I have to deal
shoving
with these
in
idiots
hot
next
dog,
week?
just shoving in the hot dog buns inside of our mouths. But you seem to think that you can put, you want to say in 10 minutes you can only do 6 dogs, but in 60 minutes you're going to put down 16 slices of pizza.
Well, no, that's because the 10 minutes is a sprint.
I get that, but you're not sprinting when you're eating 16 pieces of pizza.
That's one piece of pizza every 4 minutes. I'd be fine.
I would have called you out so bad on this because I don't believe you. That's a lot of pizza.
You know that
I
can
get
put
it.
away some food.
Okay, McDonald's cheeseburgers.
Singles? Doubles?
Just a regular old cheeseburger. Just a little tiny cheeseburger. How many you doing? You got 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
You got 10 minutes.
Again, I got to give a range because I couldn't tell you the last time I ate more than one, but
I feel like this one would be easier to do for us rather than making hot dogs.
I mean, all you got to do with hot dogs is either boil them or grill them, but
I kind of want to see this now.
I gotta give it a range again. I'll go with the same 6 to 10 just because it's basically the same amount of meat and carbs.
Michael Pepper, Pete talks fast enough. He'd still get a full show worth of content around and eating.
Well, that's a good point. That's a very
You're
good
not
point.
wrong, brother. You are not wrong.
And yes,
double cheeked up does definitely mean something else. When I said it, that's why I stopped myself.
Yeah,
double cheeked up on a Tuesday.
Michael Russi, I apologize. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Yeah, I do like pizza more than hot dogs, but I will also get down on some hot dogs.
Pause.
This is why we work well.
Man loves tubed meat.
Yeah. I mean, you put the two of us at an Ohio State game, there's
a lot of meat.
Yeah, if they weren't $12 a piece, you know.
Yeah. I think we could do the McDonald's challenge. If I had to do ranking order, I would do the McDonald's challenge, then the pizza, then the hot dogs. That would be my ranking order.
And then the Chipotle?
I can't do
that double. It would be tough.
I barely get through a single bowl. Barely.
I mean, we've already done the double Five Guys challenge a couple times.
That one's really hard for me. You beat me in the last challenge.
I've beaten you every time we've done it.
Okay, hold on. We've done it once. So calm
your memories over there. A minute and a half.
It wasn't a minute and a half. Dude, know. I thought I was dying. I was choking. I was like,
you got stuck.
I got stuck. If I didn't get stuck, I think I could have probably held my own.
That's because you weren't drinking a beer.
You're right. I wasn't. So maybe next week, Christmas special, we'll do something eating challenge related, which is funny because you literally just talked about us doing something food related.
Yeah.
Right before we started the show.
Yeah. Sure did.
A little crossover action. We're going to go out of consumer electronics to complete consumerism of a lot of calories. That's
and
exactly
we will take donations for our healthcare plans.
I will definitely take donations because if we have to go buy that much meat, pause. It's going to be a lot of meat in our mouths.
Double pause.
Double pause. Moving back to AI. This is another question that I had for you.
Mm-hmm.
We're now starting to see, there's a report out there, and I sent this tweet earlier to BoomBox and Stats, where there is Google Bard now has the ability to create content and writing like you. Google has the ability right now, if you were to say, hey, reference this Google document or several Google documents and basically analyze how that writing was created, I need you to write like that person or that thing, which means, and I have a tweet out there somewhere talking about this, you can now programmatically ask Bard to effectively write like you, which means you now don't have to think at all. You can use old things that you've written before in Google Drive, Google Docs, tell Bard to reference it, and now it will write content like you. Bringing me to my question, Stats, if you had AI to do anything you would like, remember the show is PG-13. Ish. What would you want that AI to do?
Well, this is going to be a slightly boring answer for anybody who tunes in every week, but it's the same thing that AI has always been promised to do for us over the last 100 years of science fiction. The mundane, boring, every single day or every week things that I detest doing. Grocery shopping, meal prep, laundry, all of the little chores that get in the way of living life from an exciting standpoint. That's what I want AI to do for me. I don't necessarily need AI to write the intelligence briefings that I write at work. I don't need AI to absorb all of the words I have spit into this microphone over the last couple of years, like you were trying out a couple of weeks ago, of getting an AI that can actually talk in your own voice with your inflections. I don't need AI to do that because this is entertaining. This is fun. I enjoy most of the time my job and getting to write and research and do that type of stuff because I'm very good at it. But I want the AI to basically be a butler. And so I don't have to do that mundane stuff, so I can basically F off and go have fun and do things that I want to do versus things that I have to do.
The answer is very easy for me. I don't need you to write for me. I don't need you to talk for me. Hell, I'll even make my own creative content. I do like that you can do that using, especially I use Opus Pro, but just cook for me. I need you to just cook. I do not enjoy cooking. I know you do. I do not. I don't want to cook. Hey, I want this thing. I'm a very simple man. Make me that thing. That's it. That's all I want.
Yeah.
I don't want to cook. I don't want to cook.
Hell,
I don't even mind cleaning. I don't even mind doing the dishes.
Yeah, but if you had Rosie from the Jetsons, she
well, that's
cooked,
a whole other level.
Well, but still, she didn't leave the house, at least as far as I remember. She cooked, she cleaned, all of the chores. Just take away the chores.
I would actually be completely fine if the AI, like the little robot that you see on screen, if the little robot just talked to me when I was having coffee, made my coffee, made my coffee and talked to me while I was having my coffee. I don't need it to do the dishes. I don't need it to clean up. I mean, that'd be cool. I'm sure my wife would like that. I don't care about that.
Well, y'all already do have robots to clean up part of your house.
Right. So, we have a Roomba or a Roomba.
You got a robot
device
that makes your coffee if you remember to program it.
I don't do that.
Oh.
I make my own when it comes to that because it's just Keurig. It's the cooking. For me, it's the cooking. Hands down, the cooking. Absolutely the cooking. If I didn't have to do that, that would be amazing. I'd also spend a tremendous amount of less money.
Well, yeah.
Tremendous.
Those Uber Eats fees add up.
I don't do that. I don't do Uber Eats. All right. Now, this one, I know my sister, who's not watching, who mentioned to me earlier that she would, but I'm sure she's not. Best Christmas movies of all time, and we've talked about this before. A lot of people are going to say Die Hard. That is not the purpose of this conversation.
Oh no, the Die Hard is not the best Christmas movie of all time.
It is not.
It's
it is
just
not
something that I get to poke you with a pointy
So
stick.
Rotten Tomatoes came out with
Full
something.
disclosure, I have not read this list.
No,
so
he hasn't.
you're gonna get my
I am the only one that has seen this list.
in living color reactions to this.
To be fair, this is by I don't know who. This is
Rotten Tomatoes.
editorial.rottentomatoes.com. This is the 100 best Christmas movies of all time.
Well, we only got 20 minutes, so
I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you some surprises.
Love it.
This is holistically like all of time Christmas movies.
Okay.
Do you want number 1 or you want number 100?
Let's start with 100 and then give me a couple that you think are out of place, and then maybe we'll do the top 10.
Number 100, Dr. Seuss's The Grinch. Not the Jim Carrey Grinch.
The original animated version?
No, the one with Bumberdick Cumberbatch.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, that came out in 2018.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So
I
that
really-
is number 100.
I don't really have a comment on that because I haven't actually seen that version.
Number 100. Shocker at number 98, Miracle on 34th Street.
The OG or the remake?
The 1994 version.
That one wasn't as good as the original.
Still though, 98?
Yeah.
That seems to be like a massive downfall.
Okay.
Number 88. Shocker. Home Alone.
Oh, wow.
Number 88?
That is
Extremely low. 88.
So we did.
By the
this
way, some of the ones that are in front of it, Detective Knight Redemption, a 2022 film with Bruce Willis. That's right, it's an action film that outranks Home Alone. Once
which
again,
is
Bruce
technically
Willis.
an action film, but you know,
Once again, Bruce Willis.
same guy from Die Hard.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
I mean,
so that's criminally underrated according to Rotten Tomatoes.
also 8 spots ahead of Home Alone.
So 82,
80,
80.
because it was 88.
Yeah.
A Very Harold and Kumar Christmas. Okay.
I would say that's somewhat appropriately ranked because it was awful, but it was funny.
So 88. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Agreed.
That is a criminally underrated movie too. The 1988 classic Scrooged.
Ooh, yes.
77. That is ridiculous.
It's got Bill Murray in the lead, correct?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like just bad.
Okay.
The 1969 classic Frosty the Snowman coming in at number 69.
Nice.
Violent Night.
This was talked about in the chat earlier.
2022 classic number 67.
I would say that's appropriately ranked, having watched that.
Okay. Let's see, moving up to some others. A Charlie Brown Christmas comes in at number 56.
Wow.
A Christmas Carol, the 1951 adaptation of the Charles Dickens timeless classic. I was stroking over here.
Who was in the 51 version?
That would have been Alistair Sim, Kathleen Harrison, and no one else you know.
Yeah. Okay.
A Year Without a Santa Claus. Michael's
Someone just
Secret
mentioned
Tech
that,
just
yeah.
mentioned that. That would be number 53.
All right.
Number
middle
53.
of the pack there for Michael Secret.
Muppet Christmas Carol movie. That would be the 2002 classic is the number 62.
62?
62. Santa Claus is coming to...
Hang on. That is my favorite version of A Christmas Carol, is the Muppet one.
Yep. Nope. So number 50 and 51 is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer from 64, and Santa Claus is coming to town at 70.
Okay. Why are we jumping around in the numbers here?
I just because I'm doing what I'm doing.
Okay.
Okay. The Santa Claus, 1994. Tim Allen classic,
Yes.
41.
I can't believe there is actually a series now called
Oh, yeah.
the Santa Clauses
The Bing Crosby 1954 White Christmas is number 36.
Okay.
The Muppet Christmas Carol from 92 is 34.
They did multiple versions of the Muppet Christmas
Well,
Carol?
one is the Charles Dickens classic. The other one is just whatever.
Okay.
This list is ridiculous. By the way, Bad Santa comes in at 32. Seems right.
All right. Let's do the top 5 in order.
Oh, wait. Number 28, Batman Returns.
I'm sorry.
Yep. It happened at Christmas. This is that BS I was talking about with Die Hard. This is that same BS. Batman Returns. We know it's on a list for Christmas because it happens at Christmas. Just like Die Hard.
God, okay.
Yep. Same logic.
That was a Clooney one, right?
Nope. That was Michael Keaton. Danny
was still
DeVito
Keaton?
with the penguin.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Is Die Hard on this list?
Yes. It is on this list.
What number?
I'm not telling you that.
You better.
I'm not telling you that.
I'm going
Not
to
yet. By the way, Elf is number 26. I know somebody asked about that in the chat. Number 26. That seems low to me. By the way, if you were upset with Batman Returns being at 28, how about Gremlins at 25?
God, I haven't watched that in decades.
Yep.
Okay.
Trading Places, the 1983 film with Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
22.
Okay.
Did you ever think that Edward Scissorhands was a Christmas movie?
No.
Because it is now. It's number 20 on this list. With number 19 coming in, my probably favorite Christmas movie of all time.
Christmas Story.
A Christmas Story.
Yeah,
number
it's set in
19.
Cleveland.
Let's see. 1994 movie, Little Women. Number 14 on the list.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep. Number 12, never seen this, a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. By the way, Die Hard comes in number 11 on the list. Die Hard number 11.
Almost in the top 10. Love it.
Number 10. Number 10.
I'm trying to think of Christmas movies we haven't named already.
It's a Wonderful Life. Number 10.
The original.
1946.
Okay. Yeah.
Number 9, Carol. Never heard of this movie.
Well, that's another adaptation of A Christmas Carol by Dickens. I believe.
I've never
Who
ever.
was the lead?
Kate Blanchett.
Yeah, I think they flipped it and made the lead a female. Anyway.
Number 8, and by the way, this is a phenomenal movie.
Can't wait.
It's Klaus, but with a K. Klaus from 20.
That's the animated.
The
one,
animated,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
Very good movie. The number 7, 2019 version of Little Women. With Emma Watson. Number 6, I actually kind of agree with this, even though I don't like the movie. Nightmare Before Christmas. Number 5, Miracle on 34th Street, 1947 edition.
Yep.
Michael's Secret, I will come back to that, but I believe the answer is yes. Number 4 on the list, Tangerine. 2015 classic. Let's talk about the synopsis.
I don't think you know what the definition of the word classic means, but go on.
Yes, exactly. It's a rated R Christmas movie.
So's Violent Night.
I get it. I am well aware. Let's see what
Tangerine.
That's right. Tangerine
From 2015.
That
Who?
Well, let me get to the synopsis here. It says, after hearing that her boyfriend / pimp cheated on her while she was in, you know what? We're not going to read that.
No, that doesn't sound great.
Happy Christmas movie. Number 4 on that list.
Who was in it?
No one I've ever heard of.
Okay.
Number 3, The Holdovers from 2023.
That is just now hitting theaters.
Correct. It just now hit theaters. Evidently, according to this list, it's number 3.
That's because this is Rotten Tomatoes and people are upvoting
number
it, but
3.
whatever.
Number 2.
Power of social media.
1940, The Shop Around the Corner. Jimmy Stewart was in it.
Yeah, I was going to say that has to be.
Never
Jimmy
in my
Stewart.
life have I ever heard of that movie.
Yeah.
Number one, the number one best Christmas movie
It's got to be Christmas Vacation.
of all time. Of all time, Meet Me in St. Louis from 1944.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Where is Christmas Vacation on
Let's
this
find
list?
out. Christmas Vacation is number 75.
Gee, maybe this list was
Number
flipped.
75.
Maybe the higher the number, the better.
The deep cut that I needed to look for was Annabelle's Wish List.
That's a great suggestion, Pixelated. We'll search for that list next
Nope,
week.
that is not on that list.
Wow. I agree with everyone in the comments. This list is trash, and you should feel bad for putting it on the show.
I had to tell you, the whole reason it's on this show, I was violently upset when I read the first 10, and I was like, what? Who is this? Like, especially number 4, Tangerine. Like, I'm pretty sure I know what that movie's about. I'm pretty sure that's not a Christmas movie. And I also put this list together to prove to you how idiotic it is to put Die Hard as a Christmas movie. Because again, let's keep in mind the
like
fact,
you said earlier, you can make any fact suit your
exactly
suit your worldview.
According to this, Batman Returns is a Christmas movie. So if that's the case,
it has been so long. I mean, it is a great movie, and I had forgotten it does take place at Christmas.
What, Batman? Batman Returns?
Yeah, it absolutely does.
But a lot of these are absolutely horrible. Horrible movies. Like putting the one that just came out this year as number 4 or 3 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Come on. That's asinine. That's
just social media right
there.
That
is crazy talk. Like, I don't even know what like other than the logic of
recency bias. That's what it is.
It's not even based. It's not even based on scores, because the scores are all over the place.
Yeah.
It's literally not even. I have no idea. Some of them, like Home Alone at 88.
That's just.
That's
travesty.
Crazy. Okay, then.
I could see Home Alone 3 at 88.
But Christmas Vacation at 75?
That's nope.
Followed up by the way, Christmas Vacation at 75 with the Will Ferrell Ryan Reynolds movie Spirited,
which was a Apple exclusive that never even hit theaters,
was number 73 on the list. 73 on the list.
All right, what else are we going to talk about for the next 8 minutes?
All right, what else we got? One more. Oh, we're not getting into the Apple and Android. We'll talk about that another day. Predictions for 2024. We'll just tease them a little bit. I want you to think about what we might be in store. What wild prediction do you want to throw out into the world?
Well, it's not wild.
All right, what do you got?
It will come true. You and I will be getting fatter.
I love you. I really do. And statistically, you are not wrong. We still have to make it.
That's fact.
To 24.
We've got however many, 18 days.
We still got to make it.
Tech predictions 2024.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, like, I have a hard time with it. Like, I'm gonna say, like, for me, I think you're gonna start to see. I think next year will be the big year of additional AI push. I think you're gonna see even more push in the AI space. I believe that you will see a massive. This is my crazy prediction. You will see the Google Assistant, which will integrate with Bard, jump far and away ahead of everyone else. It will be the smartest assistant that you can possibly get. The only way that Apple will catch up, and I don't think they would do this, the only way they would catch up is if Apple were to work with somebody like OpenAI,
which Microsoft already has
which Microsoft owns, or Claude, which Amazon owns. If they work with a company like that to integrate a wildly successful large language model directly into Siri, to make Siri go ahead, and it would still be behind the Google Assistant. You will find that whatever the Google Assistant will be, or Assistant by Bard or Bard with Assistant or whatever they're going to call it, you're going to find that that assistant is going to jump way far ahead of all other assistants. They may not even call it an assistant. They may call it like an AI assistant, I guess. But you're going to see that next year.
I'll riff on that a little bit. I agree with you. I think Google will try to keep the words AI out of it just because of the negative connotation that the U.S. government and other worldwide governments are trying to put against what they feel is unregulated AI. But I agree with you. If Google can do what they are wanting to do, yes, the Google Assistant will lap the field. They will be far and away the best digital AI that is out there. Not only because it already is, but because it will just become even more useful. You'll be able to yell something at your speaker or your phone with a multitude of things. It will understand it and it will be able to execute it as long as you have your permissions set up correctly. So that's commenting on what you said. I think for me, what I think is going to happen is these companies are just going to dig their lines in the sand even deeper, and they're going to try to outcompete each other, which in certain circumstances for hardware or devices or even applications could benefit us, the consumer, because competition is good for the consumer. What I would want to happen would be some of these companies get off their high horses and start to actually work together for the betterment of the consumer, knowing that if they just give just the tiniest little bit, they're going to win a lot more business. I don't think it'll happen.
It's not.
But that would be my
that's a hope.
That would be my Christmas wish for 2024.
I like that. Now, Pixelpia does bring up a good point. She says, I am on the other side. AI will lose its attraction when we get a bunch of new laws that will limit what AI can do. I agree with you.
The EU just passed a resolution today about that, actually.
I agree with you. I think that's 2025. I think we're going to see lots of AI still in 2024. 2025 is when we will basically get heavily regulated entities, especially coming out of the EU. The U.S. will be woefully behind because we are always behind in any type of data, privacy, AI regulation. We'll pretend that we care, and then we'll put it in the hands of people that have no idea how to use Internet Explorer.
Except Internet Explorer is dead.
And that's kind of my point.
Just
because that's what they're. I know, but that's what they're going to say. They're not going to say what it is. So my thing is, the laws are going to get created. They're not going to know what it means. Then they're going to try to like write it in a way that it's so generalized. It's going to do no good.
All right. So those were
but the EU will lead the pack on that.
All right. So those were our kind of real world regular predictions. What you actually wrote in the show slides was, do we have any wild predictions for 2024?
All right.
So
like a flat out, way out there.
My wild prediction for 2024
can't wait,
is that the very next slide in our show notes is Elon will continue his downslide into mediocrity, and he will be completely humbled because not only is he having problems with Tesla, he's really starting to have problems with Starlink. He's pissing off a lot of international governments that could absolutely ruin his day. And this Optimus Gen 2 robot thing
that's going to end humanity is
never going to work.
$2,000 a robot, he says.
It's never going to work. It's going to work just as good as his self-driving FSD. So,
which, by the way, just was recalled. 2 million Teslas
again, it's going to
recalled today.
Regulated out of existence because it doesn't work.
It does work, though. You can't say it doesn't work. It does work.
It doesn't work the way it was promised. It doesn't work from a safety standpoint.
I agree. I don't disagree with you, but it does work.
So I think, much to my personal amusement, and I don't want to speak for you, but I also think to your entertainment, Elon's going to get himself regulated out of a job.
You think, wow, that is a hell of a take.
Yeah. It's a wild prediction.
Wow.
I mean, he's got more money than even if he gets fired from everything he's ever done, he'll be fine personally, but I don't see a world where he can well, I'm not going to say what I was gonna say.
I would really appreciate you not saying the word you just about said.
Where he thinks he can just do whatever he wants with no repercussions.
Okay. That's a wild take.
Yeah.
That is a wild take. I don't know if I have like a crazy wild take. That is a wild take.
Yeah.
I don't have one of those.
Check back in 12
Check
months.
back in 7 days. With that said, where can they find you?
Oh, I'm still at Elon's Twitter, at Helix
Shocking.
Island. I'm at Country Smith on the Instagram at least once a day, throwing around memes.
I am at the Scott Peachy on Instagram and Threads. Way spending time over there, more than the old tweet machine. Tweet machine at Scott Peachy. You can find us at those places. You will find us back here in the 1% Studios next Wednesday. I'm feeling like a food challenge is going to happen.
I love it.
So pay attention to the socials. Pay attention to everything to see exactly what food we're going to be shoving down our gullets to the point where we just want to vom. Until then, be good at it, and we will see you all next week.